The war situation in Ukraine remains tense. The war in Ukraine has entered its fifth month. And the situation is still very tense. Russia has taken control of several major cities. But Ukraine is still resisting fiercely. The United Nations says more than 10 million Ukrainians have been displaced since the war began. China and the US continue to tense. Relations between China and the United States are increasingly tense. The two countries are at odds over many issues, including Taiwan, the South China Sea, and human rights issues in China. The US has imposed many sanctions on China, and China has responded by imposing sanctions on the US. North Korea continues to launch rockets. North Korea has launched missiles several times this month. And the United States believes the North is preparing for a nuclear test. The United States and its allies are pressuring North Korea to stop missile launches and nuclear tests. But North Korea has yet to respond. India and Pakistan continue to tense. India and Pakistan had a military conflict on the Kashmir border last month. The two countries exchanged fire, and there were many deaths and injuries. India and Pakistan are negotiating to resolve the conflict, but no significant progress has been made. Afghanistan continues to be unstable. Afghanistan has been in turmoil since the Taliban took over Kabul in August 2021. The Taliban are struggling to govern the country, and the security situation is dire. The Taliban is also being attacked by terrorist groups. Syria continues the conflict. The war in Syria has dragged on for more than a decade, and the situation is still very complicated. The Syrian government is facing many rebel groups, and the humanitarian situation in Syria is alarming. The world economic situation is facing many difficulties. The world economic situation is facing many difficulties due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine. Commodity prices are soaring. Inflation is on the rise, and many people are struggling financially.